Years, RPGers, Game Masters, and such. After the Wizard's Tower complete fail TPK within 30 minutes, I decided let's do something really challenging. I'm going to do Rappan Athuk solo style. Okay? I don't know why. Maybe it's because I had the module for 7 years, played it a couple times in different groups. People always get hacked up, end up dead. But I want to go ahead and do it solo style. Well, first off, I'm going to show you how I got my characters together. I did this really cool thing. If you go to my website, drduic.com, click the cool looking icosahedron, it looks like an atom, slide down, and there's something called a character creator for Swords and Wizardry. And all it does is that's bad, but generates a bunch of characters by just hitting the refresh key, and you'll get scores that you like. And you can easily pull down so they match what this says over here for these things. You can determine, I'm going to make a paladin, and it's got to be human if it's a paladin, according to Swords and Wizardry, and you just pull these things to match this. And then you pick your weapons, okay? They're all in here. You pick the one you like. Then you can pick up your backup weapon, whatever that is, range weapon, etc., all the way down to your armor class. And when you go to pick things, you just click the radials. It doesn't do anything other than just mark that you have it in your backpack, essentially, right? Got to make sure you grab the right ones, right? If you just grab everything you need, and then it even rolls up your hit points. All right, so if it's a fighter paladin, it gives you this. However, you have to really use the 9th level one and then add 2 to it according to the rules. Okay, just letting you know. So that's kind of nice. And they have this ascending to hit thing if you're going to use ascending armor class. That's really nice. If you want to use that, that's there for your use. Okay. Let's talk about this other stuff I got, right? So my adventures, I've already got this made up. Spent a couple hours today putting all this together because I just felt like doing it. Wolfgar, he's a 10th level fighter. So this, it gives me all the information and all his gear that he's picked. Okay, so it's just as a reference point. Then I put it on the big sheet, this other sheet, so it's easier to track. He's in battle, he loses hit points, or how many arrows he burns through, or what's he got to do to hit, and stuff like that, or saving throw. So I got Wolfgar, 10th level fighter. MacDuffin, he's a dwarf. The maximum a dwarf can get is 8th level, so that's all he is. And he's got a short bow and his arrows. Thornbolt, which is a thief, he's also going to be able to do, but basically I'm going for the dark vision on Rappan Athuk. That's why these two guys are here. And I had the percentages down here for his thieving abilities, and I could do it by D22. I might use the percentage, and I'll show you why, because of the dice rolls I'm going to use. And here's Rasmuth. He's 10th level mage. I have his spells all picked out, so as he casts them, I just click the radio saying, oh, he's cast that, he cast that, cast that. So I picked them all ahead of time, and after every session, I decide if I want to keep them or swap them out for some of his spells. Okay, kind of liberal on what he gets to use, just because he only gets so many, and then after they use them, that's all he uses. So I'm going to kind of say he has a spell book that has them all in there for all practical reasons. And of course, St. Regis, the cleric, these are all his spells he has picked out for his first adventure. Okay, that's cool. So the actual doing the adventure is going to be going through a map sequence. This is the first one. It's called Ground Level, the Sunken Graveyard Mausoleum, right? So if they come in here and if they go to something, let's say G1, I just click the 1 and it gives me a nice description. And of course I do dice rolls to see whether or not they figure things out based on their intelligence, or they got to roll under things and stuff. You get it. You've kind of maybe seen some of my solo stuff in the past, right? The other thing I got is I'm going to be using the Hamit, right? Virtual dice server, which I like. This is if I have to make a D100 roll, for doing faith skills, roll under, well, this case he'd be fine. But, and all the other ones are here too. Suppose they shoot a bow, 2 D20s, right? Ooh, wow, two hits, right? D20 by itself. So I'm going to use this for all the dice rolling needs to make it legit, I guess you might say. This is a really kind of cool thing. And the other thing is I have my formations made up. It's kind of important. So if a big passage, they're going to walk through, it's fighter, dwarf, thief, mage, cleric. So I use the letters of the, instead of the guys, because they might get killed and have to pick somebody else up, right? This is if you're going to be in a fighting formation, you tuck the mage in the center, fighter, dwarf, thief, cleric, obviously. Single file, it's 30 foot from here to here, the same here. So if it's single file, the thief would be 30 feet ahead using dark vision. Then the dwarf has dark vision, but he can tell everybody else what's being seen. They put their hands on each other's shoulders to move through a passage they don't want to be seen at. And I guess the same thing would apply over here. So that's kind of how I have it all set up. It's going to be a fun adventure. I hope you tune in and check a couple of them out. It might be fun to see. Okay, have a good day.